Good morning, everyone. It's great to see so many people here. Welcome to our Alumni Awards Luncheon and Gala Grand Classes Toast here in our beautiful Sampson Pavilion. You can tell you're getting older when they give you your script and this is how many words on the page. So you'll hear a lot of page turning. There's like 38 pages, but there's really not that many words. But nevertheless, I'm Carol Musil, and I am the Dean of the Payne Bolton School of Nursing here. And I'm really proud to, as an alum, I'm proud to be able to serve as Dean here. So as many of you know, there's many familiar faces in the crowd. Our mission at FPB is to create and empower nurse leaders who develop and implement innovative and interprofessional research, education, and practice, and who make a positive difference in the health of individuals and communities at home and around the world. As our graduates and our students, you know that FPB nurses are among the nation's and the world's top leaders, educators, and scientists. We value integrity, discovery, diversity, inclusivity, and innovation in nursing. All of you in this room have worked to advance nursing care, research, practice, some or all of those, and have served as leaders in your workplaces and communities. Thank you for joining us today, whether in person or online, and for upholding the values of FPB in your work and in your lives. Nurses are the backbone of our healthcare system, and I'm delighted that we can honor you all today. In a while, we will begin our awards program, followed by recognizing and celebrating members of the grand classes. But now, please enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Erica Chung, and I am the current president of the Payne Bolton School of Nursing Alumni Association Board. But I am just finishing up my 2-year tenure, so I will be handing it off to Karen. But I'm so happy to welcome each and every one of you, alumni, alumni award honorees, faculty, staff, and friends of the Payne Bolton School of Nursing to our 2022 Alumni Awards celebration. It's a pleasure to represent the Alumni Association today. The Alumni Association is much more than the board. It is each and every FPB alum. And as a board, our goal is to use the association to engage and support not only our fellow alumni, but our current FPB students as well. We do that through the research awards, engagement, and professional development support for students. And today we do it through the recognition of excellence in our field. So let's take some time to recognize our 3 outstanding nurse professionals in our FPB alumni community. And so with that, I will turn it back over to Dean Musil.
Thank you, Erica. So this awards event is special to me as an alum of the school and as the dean because it's a celebration of FPB. And that means it's all of us. And what we've accomplished as individuals, as teammates, as co-workers, and co-learners. So FPB alums, as you all know, make remarkable contributions to nursing at all levels. FPB alumni go about their pursuits with great intelligence, a sense of fairness, determination, humor, perspective, and deep compassion. With this, we all impact nursing practice, education, and research. And that is one of the hallmarks of the Payne Bolton School of Nursing, is that we are involved in all those spheres. So as Erica said, today we're going to recognize 3 exceptional alumni who were brought to our attention because they were nominated by their peers for the 2022 FPB Alumni Association Awards. So keep this in mind when the call comes out next year for Alumni Award winners. Look around the room and think about the people who have made a difference in nursing, and please nominate them. Their respective professional and personal journeys represent diversity of experience and a dedication to human well-being that are the hallmarks of the nursing profession. Please read their bios in your program. They are most impressive, and we are pleased to share their stories with you. And now I would like to introduce my colleague, Dr. Faye Geary, to introduce our first award winner, the Young Alumni Award for Excellence. Dr. Geary.
Thank you, Dean Musil. It is indeed a privilege to be here with the alumni from the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing, Case Western Reserve University. I'm not an alumni, but I wish to certainly acknowledge the kind of support, care, love, dialogue that I receive daily from those of you who are. And I wish to thank you for that and to thank Dean Musil as well. It is my privilege to introduce to you and to share with you a woman who hails from Oman. Her name is Ziana Amir Samali. I have the privilege of being her mentor and her academic advisor. Now, there is information in your program about her, so I will not repeat that. But when I looked at her CV, I got confused to say, my goodness, in this brief period of time, how could I possibly do her justice? So I gave a bit more thought to that, and I came up with 3 Ps, and I'd like to share those with you. I have seen a young woman who will make many, many contributions to the world community because of her perseverance. She works hard, she's smart, she's diligent, she's caring, she has empathy for others, and I think she wishes to make this world a better place for all individuals. So the next P is purpose, because you could persevere and have no purpose. But she has purpose, and her purpose is to relieve the burden of suffering from children and adolescents. Her dissertation is about children and adolescents in Oman, but also in Cleveland, who have too many incidences of depression, anxiety, and behavioral disorders. And by the way, those are the 3 disorders as identified by the World Health Organization that children in the global community experience. Her research is specific to Oman, but it's also quite relevant to the United States and the rest of the world. So her purpose is clear, her direction is well-defined, and her aspiration will be dampened by no one. Now, the other P is people, and empathy, or concern, or commitment to people in the world, to the burdens that they share, to the reasons that we ourselves, in our efforts to make things better, sometime make them worse because of our policies, our laws, our attitudes, and our behaviors. This young lady embodies these 3 Ps, and it is a pleasure for me to be in her pathway, in her life, and I'd like to thank her for being an excellent teacher for me and for being so patient with me when I tend not to understand or grasp the phenomenal thought that she brings to the conversation. Please join me in welcoming none other than our Ziana.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gary. So, it's great to have my son here as well. So, it's such an honor to be recognized for this award. When I set out to advance my nursing education, I couldn't have imagined I would be receiving such an honor. In 2012, I was selected by my dean at work to pursue an advanced nursing degree. So it was announced that we are moving towards specialized MS in education, mainly to prepare educators to be qualified and also certified MBs. And this was in response to fulfill a critical need for MBs at that time. So for that, there were a multitude of obstacles, especially when you think from second language students and other challenges to overcome, including achieving credentialing and milestones, and also navigating the bureaucracy in order for us to study abroad. Despite all of those challenges, I was confident after all that I would achieve the requirement of MSM program. So I would be able to advance my career. Finding the perfect school was also equally as challenging. The bar was high, and we refused, all of us, including myself, to settle. I should say my acceptance in case was a major turning point, especially at the level of my leadership persona. Acceptance into the FBB School of Nursing was a dream come true. So when I talk about it, this nursing program is outstanding and well-structured based on learning outcomes and also competencies. I was exposed to nursing theories, research, leadership, policy, finance, ethics, teaching, and core courses to be qualified as a pediatric nurse practitioner. We spent more than almost like around 70% in clinical. And I was also especially impressed by the caliber of FBB faculty and how supportive and welcoming they are. I was able to succeed because of the environment in which I was learning. There are lots of professional and academic opportunities and resources to learn and grow. We can also get active in nursing and non-nursing student associations and committees that foster our leadership skills. As an international student, I got equal support, and that's very important. We got equal support that enabled me and also my colleagues to pass my primary and acute primary pediatric nurse practitioner board. I would say it wasn't easy, to be honest, like to sit for a board exam, especially when you talk about second language student, but the trust and support that I received from the pediatric team and also my colleagues were extraordinary. That was so helpful. So I graduated in 2015 with a dual degree as a primary and acute pediatric nurse practitioner and also postgraduate certificate in education. I'm honored to be the first certified nurse practitioner in my country. Following graduation, I was tasked to join also the National Committee of Nurse Practitioner Project Development. In March 2016, the WHO consultant, Dr. Madian Shubar, was scheduled to visit Oman to address the nurse practitioner rule development with the MB National Committee. So after multiple site visits and meetings with various stakeholders, we were able to develop the required official and legal MB scopes, guidelines, and protocols. I was the first MB also to pilot and implement the rule in the primary and the acute care setting, and then my other colleagues joined me. I could have earned my degree elsewhere, but honestly, Case Western Reserve University is my family away from home. My experience have had a profound effect on my leadership skills. and future as a nurse scientist. They have shaped my ability to reach beyond the clinical arena to promote real change in national education strategies in my country. Further, also, my nursing experience afforded me opportunities to provide quality of education to our second language students while influencing change in the national nursing curriculum, and that include also preparing programs and curriculum for nurse practitioners, and reviewing also the MB programs that are currently also implemented in Oman. My role was not limited to the education, but also expanded to the collaboration and networking with the other health professionals to address pediatric health, especially adolescents in Oman, and other healthcare projects. These are few of many achievements and the passion to advance nursing that motivated me to choose case for PhD and DMP. While I could detail many examples where my nursing education at the FBB School of Nursing propelled me to a higher level of knowledge, understanding, and clinical skills, I most wanted to express my deepest gratitude for the ability to shine in a program that embraces international students like myself and the others. I wouldn't be here if I weren't for the extraordinarily kind and professional faculty. I am also forever grateful. I would like also to extend my gratitude to my family, husband, and my amazing son for the support, advisor, faculty, staff, friends, and colleagues. And not to forget also my amazing student back home for every teaching moment that shaped who I am today. Thank you so much.
Diana, I have your award. That's why we have such FPB pride. Next, I'd like to introduce Dedra Hannah Adams, who will be accepting the Alumni Award for Excellence on behalf of Dr. Sonia Moore, who is not able to be here today. But before I do, I'd like to tell you say a few words about Dr. Sonia Moore. Dr. Sonia Moore is the director of our new DNP nurse anesthesia program, and she was instrumental in transitioning our program from a 2-year master's degree to a 3-year Doctor of Nursing degrees. Dr. Moore is an underrepresented minority herself, and if she were here, she would tell you about some of the challenges she faced as she was becoming a nurse and her aspirations to become a nurse anesthetist. She, for the past several years, had been talking with me about ways that we could help students who might not ordinarily have the GPA or the experience or the ability to be competitive applicants in nurse anesthesia programs. And those are very competitive slots. And Sonia decided she was going to do something about it. And she developed a program called LEAP. And it stands for Leadership and Excellence in Practice, or something along those lines. She'll correct me when she sees me. And this is an opportunity. We've created a consortium with, now it's grown to 11 other schools of nursing with nurse anesthesia programs. And if the students participate in this program, it's a 1-year program, then those students are guaranteed a slot in a nurse anesthesia program. And last evening we had 2 of those LEAP students here with us at the reception. I don't know if we have them here today. But this is a phenomenal program, and we are so proud of Sonia. So Dedra is going to accept the award for her.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know that Sonia wanted to thank everyone, the alumni, and people who have supported her on her path, Dean Musil, Dr. Joyce Fitzpatrick, and all the FBB community. Sonia and I worked together for many years. I'm probably one of the few people in the room that's not a nurse, but I'm part of the FBB community and proud to be so. Sonia and I's connection comes from our work with diversity, equity, and inclusion. And as she designed this program, we conversed a lot about how she could make it happen. I'm also the financial aid director for the School of Nursing, so we talked about how financing it would happen, what it would look like. And one of the things in knowing her personally, Sonia is a devoted faculty member to her students and the FBB community and her profession. She's loyal. If you don't want to know, don't ask. In her devotion, I've seen her work one-on-one with her students. And this LEAP program in its second year, it is really a great accomplishment for our school and for Sonia. One of the things about her, she can also tell you she's a proud alum of Shaw High School. She continues to be involved with that. And one of the things I'm very proud of is that as she moves forward and seeing her progress as she's become a star, she doesn't look back, she reaches back to pull others forward. On behalf of Sonia, I accept this award and thank all of you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Those were wonderful.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, I would like to introduce Dr. Ronald Hickman, who is our Associate Dean for Research. And he is going to introduce our Alumni Award for Excellence winner. Distinguished Alumni Award winner. And that is Dr. Jacqueline Zazniewski. Dr. Zazniewski is a colleague of mine. We've been co-investigators together. We kind of grew up together in the professor ranks. And I'm really pleased that we have this opportunity to honor her. She is the person who has done the most with the science of resourcefulness, and she is internationally known for her work in this area. And so Dr. Hickman will tell us more. Ron?
Thank you, Dean Musil. Good afternoon, everyone. The FBB Alumni Luncheon is one of the many highlights during homecoming weekend. It gives us a chance to reconnect with classmates, to FPB faculty, and recognize alumni who are positively impacting our local and global communities. As the Associate Dean for Research at the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing, I am honored to present this year's Distinguished Alumni Award. The Distinguished Alumni Award recognizes alumni who have made distinguished and outstanding contributions to the nursing profession, brought significant benefit to his or her community, and embody the values and spirits of FPB and Case Western Reserve University. This is one of our highest honors that are bestowed by the FPB Alumni Association. This year's winner is a double alumna graduating in 1989 with her MSN degree in psychiatric and mental health nursing, and again in 1992 with her PhD in nursing from FPB. As an internationally renowned senior nurse scientist and Catherine Seibel Professor of Nursing, Research, and Caregiving, Dr. Jacqueline Zalsniewski's program of research has focused on developing a middle range theory, measures, and interventions to build the science of resourcefulness, particularly in family caregivers of older adults. As a psychiatric mental health nurse, Dr. Zalsniewski determined early in her career that there was a dearth of knowledge and understanding about how to help caregivers of people with mental illness and other caregiving populations. In the United States alone, it's estimated that there's more than 45 million Americans serving in the role of caregiver, many of whom are caring for individuals with a host of chronic illnesses. These caregivers often suffer mental and physical health consequences as a result of their caregiving responsibilities. Dr. Zalsnewski's robust program of interdisciplinary research has produced significant achievements. A specific achievement of note is her novel theory of personal and social resourcefulness. This theory emphasizes the synergy of self-help and health-seeking strategies to help caregivers and patients effectively manage their health and quality of life. Dr. Zalsnewski has contributed knowledge that has improved clinical practice and reduced depressive symptoms in older adults, the chronically ill, their caregivers, broadening the traditional perspectives and methods of interventional research. Dr. Zalsnewski has been consistently funded by a variety of sources, including the National Institute of Aging, the National Institute of Nursing Research, and many other non-federal institutions. Impressively, she has been principal investigator on more than 20 research grants and has led 24 education training grants for a total funding of nearly $30 million across her career. Equally impressive is Dr. Zalsnewski's scholarship. Dr. Zalsnewski's scholarly productivity is exceptional, resulting in scholarly recognition and impact that are of national and international scope. To date, she is the most widely published nurse scientist in the area of personal and social resourcefulness research. She has authored more than 190 publications, and I'm sure it's probably over 200 at this point, in referee journals and books, and presented over 400 papers at regional, national, and international conferences. She has used her scientific acumen to influence public policy and to affect change in mental health outcomes. She has served on boards of numerous national and international organizations and on scientific bodies that critique research, influence funding decisions, and disseminate important theoretic and scientific findings. For 20 years, she served as even my PhD program director. She provided unrelenting support to students and faculty who are developing their research careers. Her scientific work has been disseminated and expanded upon throughout the U.S., and she's mentored. I think her mentorship extends well beyond the borders of the U.S. She continues to help improve the human condition through her research, her mentorship, practice, and public policy work. Her reputation as a leading nurse scientist is recognized through several prestigious honors. She's a fellow of the American Academy of Nursing, one of our discipline's highest distinction. She's also received top honors from Sigma Theta Tau, including her recent induction into Sigma Theta Tau's International Nurse Researcher Hall of Fame. In 2019, Dr. Zalsnewski received one of Case Western's highest honors, the Faculty Distinguished Research Award, to further highlight her contributions to research right here in our community. On behalf of Dr. Zalsnewski's nominator, Dr. Abir Beckett, it is my esteemed honor to acknowledge my colleague, a mentor, and a person I'd call a friend, Dr. Jacqueline Zalsnewski, as this year's Distinguished Alumni Award winner.
Oh my. I only have 7 pages to share with you today, but they're small pages. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my distinct honor and pleasure to address you. First, I am most grateful to have been selected for this year's Distinguished Alumni Award. And this is a significant milestone year for me in that as Ron said, I graduated with my PhD exactly 30 years ago in 1992. And yes, I'm a double alum, which I'm proud of. I want to begin by thanking all those who assisted with the preparation of my nomination packet and all those who served on the committee who selected me for this distinct honor. And I thank all my friends and colleagues who have come here today to celebrate with me. Thank you. You're my FPB family. As I was thinking about what I might say to you today, I reflected on the name of the award.
and its description. And my initial reaction was I was drawn to the word distinguished. Well, that might be a euphemism for someone with graying hair and wrinkles, which may be associated with the aging process. However, as I read the award description, which my nominators responded to in their letters, I was both overwhelmed and humbled. I asked myself, how could they possibly have perceived me to have demonstrated continuous, outstanding, creative, exemplary, noteworthy contributions? I just shook my head. Well, while I am very thankful for their very kind words of recommendation, I also want to make it clear that I could not be distinguished in any way if it were not for many persons who have contributed to my successes. And I'd like to take just a little time to reflect on and to honor some of those persons, way too many to name individually, but I'm going to do it according to categories. These people have made major contributions to my work and supported my career. And I'm going to start with professors, mentors, and nurse scientists who guided me from the initial development of my program of research. And I'm going to thank editors, reviewers of manuscripts and grants, and consultants who helped me to clarify my thinking and to improve my work. I want to thank colleagues, co-investigators, co-authors who shared their expertise willingly, their perspectives that helped to expand and enhance my work. The people of funding agencies who funded my research and made it possible. My research team members who carry out the day-to-day activities and provide input and new ideas into improving our research processes. Study participants who generously have supplied their data to help to develop my interventions and to identify the next steps for my research. And my students, advisees, and mentees who assisted me and built on my research and who have taught me a whole heck of a lot more than I taught them. I'm thankful for all those persons who may not realize how they have distinguished themselves. I believe that they've distinguished themselves in ways that are consistent with those that have been written by a contemporary American author, philanthropist, and pastor. His name is Joshua Becker. He identified 8 ways that a person may distinguish oneself, which I found pretty thought-provoking, and I can attribute these 8 ways to those people who have helped me to be where I am today. Here they are. 1, be faithful with a little. That is, whatever you have been given, money, talents, education, opportunities, positions, relationships, make the most of everything you have. Be faithful to what you have been given and what you have earned. Choose to live life differently. That's to say, there's no need to follow the crowd and to do what others are doing. Dare to be different. 3rd, remain focused. Don't be distracted from what matters most, such as the things like money and power and prestige, possessions. 4th, live humbly. Put your head down. Do your best work and refrain from using your energy to convince others of your importance. 5th, include others in your growth. That is, help others to succeed, sharing with them your talents and your skills. Compete less, encourage more. 6th, show grace to others. Be patient and kind with them, offering them your time and your support. 7th, appreciate different opinions, seek to learn from others, and understand their views rather than convincing them of yours. And eighth, bring optimism into every day. Greet others with a smile. Envision every day as a new opportunity to be your best and to make a difference. Mr. Becker sums it up by encouraging individuals to live a life that is respectable, different, excellent, and set apart from the world in order to be truly distinguished. Thank you once more for giving me the privilege of addressing you this afternoon and for selecting me to represent the Frances Payne Bolton School of Nursing as its distinguished alum for this year. Thank you.
Yeah, truly, it is an honor to be able to bestow this on you as our distinguished alum.
Thank you, Carol.
One of the things that you'll find amusing, people who know both of us know that Jacqueline is always 2 weeks ahead of time, and I'm like 2 minutes ahead of time. But we've learned to make it work over the years. This is yours. Oops.
Right here, please. Here we go. Here we go.
Thank you. Next, I would like to acknowledge one of our nurse alumni who was presented with an award from Case Western Reserve University's Alumni Association yesterday. And that person is Dr. Cheryl McCrae Bergeron, who was awarded the Newton D. Baker Distinguished Service Award from CWRU. This is an award that recognizes individuals who have given significant service to the university through time, expertise, or leadership, and thereby ensuring the prolonged welfare of the institution for generations to come. Dr. Bergeron has been generously giving of her time, advice, and financial support to advance the School of Nursing and support its students for many years. Over the past 3 decades, Dr. Bergeron has led and taken part in many university and school initiatives to strengthen alumni relations and the university and school missions. Most recently, Dr. Bergeron donated $5.5 million as a gift to create an endowed scholarship fund to support at least one annual full tuition scholarship for students in our nurse anesthesia program. This is transformational and speaks to the commitment of Dr. Bergeron. Upon the announcement of her gift, she said, "I felt it was about time that I began a legacy of giving for those who are the future of nursing and to an institution that is on the cutting edge of healthcare delivery." And we have a video from Dr. Bergeron that we will show right now, I believe. Is that correct?
Well, I would like to thank them for this award. It's a very prestigious award. I wanted to give something that could really make a difference, not only now, but in the future. And that's what it's all about. My scholarships will make it possible for other people, hopefully people like me, that have no way of going on to college. I'm still the girl that came off the dirt road, Church Road Extension in Cobb County. I love being a nurse anesthetist.
Well, I'm proud of her. She worked really hard, 26 or whatever it was, state licenses. She traveled the world for the military giving anesthesia. I'm proud of her to give that gift to Frances Payne Bolton.
Maybe some other person along the way would like to do this that came from a similar background than I did. I thought, I have enough money, I can put somebody else through school. And Woody and I talked about, what are we going to do? What are we going to leave? I gave a little bit every year to Frances Payne Bolton School of Nursing. My heart bleeds for people I know that want an education and they just can't get it because they don't have any money. They have plenty of smarts. That's why I came up with a scholarship program to the DNP, Doctorate of Nursing Practice.
They chose Cheryl just because she's so dedicated and driven and really did a lot for the school. And she always talks about Francis Payne Bolton and tells everybody about it. So she really appreciates the school, and she will love this award.
I liked other professors. They were very, very nice. They were very kind. Dr. Shirley Moore was a great influence. She was so sweet and so kind. My research was on the deployment of a medical operations unit. The Air Combat Command, we always have people deployed. We found out what the stressors were. What do people do when they're not in their usual surroundings? But being in the military is different because you have an already built-in camaraderie.
She had the medics all take these 3 psychological tests before they deployed, and then when they came back, what they discovered was, they always took care of the fighting forces, but they discovered that the medical forces needed just as much attention when they came back home.
Get out, work, and give back to the profession.
Cheryl and Woody, if you're watching, thank you again. Now, this is always kind of the fun part of this event, and that is our walk down memory lane 50 years ago. So 50 years ago, the word game Boggle was invented. The film Godfather Part 1 came to theaters. As I'm looking around at some of the young people in the room, I wonder if they even know what these things are. Speaking of film, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was born. Top-rated TV shows include All in the Family and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. In the world of pop music, Roberta Flack's "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face" was a chart topper in Billboard magazine. The average cost of gas in America was, let's take a guess. 25 cents close, 36 cents a gallon. And the price of a new home was, the average price was $27,600. You can barely get a car for that. We experienced the Watergate break-in. And, ending on an FPB fun fact note, our school's PhD program was established 50 years ago, and we are celebrating that right now. And in fact, on Wednesday, we will be having another, at 12 noon on Wednesday, there will be another panel discussion talking about some of the experiences of our PhD program. And at that time, though, 50 years ago, we were only one of 3 nursing PhD programs in the country. Isn't that something? And our PhD program has produced some of the, I think we are probably the number 1 or 2 in the country in terms of members of the American Academy of Nursing and PhD nurse scientists. So we're all very proud of that fact. So now it is time for the pinning ceremony. And I'm going to begin with the class of 1972. Although it says none of our 50-year anniversary alum were able to join us. So, but let's give a round of applause to them in case they're on TV. Now we also celebrate the 25th anniversary of the class of 1997. When I call your name, please stand to be recognized and receive your pin. Chelsea Jackson. Chelsea couldn't make it. Nikki McWhorter. Kelly Melgan. Tina Resser. Josephine Shea. And Janet Zeil. Congratulations. Did I miss anyone from that group? Okay. So now is the second favorite part of the morning, and that is a champagne toast. So, does everybody have All right, we do have other grand classes that are here today, but at this moment, let's toast all of our 25th and 50th year reunion celebrants. Congratulations, and thank you for choosing FBB. Now, would each person who graduated in 1972, so that would be 50 years ago, or earlier, stand or raise your hand so that we can acknowledge you? And we've got this table over here. And this is the class of 62. And congratulations again to the classes of 1972 and 1997 on your 50th and your 25th anniversaries. And thank you, alums, to all graduating years who are attending in person or watching live stream. At this point, I'm going to ask Alumni Association Board President Erica Chung to give her closing remarks. But before I do, I'd like to thank Erica very much for her service as president of the board these last few years. Not only has Erica been dedicated and thoughtful and a wonderful leader who's kept the board moving forward even during the pandemic, she has brought youthful energy to our collection here. So thank you, Erica, and we have a small gift for you.
Yes, I do not like attention. And I was saying to Dean Musil before, I was like, it is so many pages and I only have like 4. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for joining us today to celebrate. As Dean Musil mentioned, my 2-year tenure has been pretty much entirely virtual. So it was really nice to spend some face-to-face time with you all today. And I'd also like to say hello to those alumni and friends who are at home watching on the live stream who couldn't join us today. I do believe we're working on getting you an electronic copy of the program so you can see the bios of all of the amazing award winners. And, you know, I did joke about this yesterday about being the farthest traveled coming from Los Angeles, but I think Zayana does beat me since she did come internationally. So, but I will say gas in Los Angeles is like $7.99 a gallon. So just, anyway. So I believe that we wanted to also acknowledge the Alumni Board and our SAGE Fund, which Paula mentioned yesterday. So the SAGE Fund is a new initiative that the board is doing to advance student and alumni growth and engagement and their development. So Julia is walking around with a lovely butterfly bowl if anyone would like to contribute to that fund. And as we close, I would like to ask the award winners and then the reunion class, the 25th reunion class, and I believe the 60th as well, if when we call you in just a minute, if you can go over there so we can take a photograph. And then thank you all for your patience in this process. And again, thank you for coming today and making this really special.
And as a final couple notes of closing, please feel free to stay and enjoy each other's company. Dessert, I see a lot of desserts are still on the table. Have another glass of orange juice or champagne if you'd like. But also, I do want to tell you all that next April 15th, we will be having our gala to celebrate the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing's 100th anniversary. So we hope to see all of you there. We are planning a number of events, many of them actually fairly academic during the course of the year, but we'll also do some other interesting and fun things as well. So stay tuned for those. And I do invite any of you who are interested in any way, particularly anybody who has an interest in history and would be interested in helping us update the history of the Francis Payne Bolton School of Nursing, which has not been updated since 50 years ago. We would welcome you to join us. It's a fairly light commitment to work with us, but we would love to have you. So feel free to email any of us, all right? Oh, pictures. Here's another thing. If you have pictures from when you were a student, anything related to classroom activities, working with faculty, doing whatever, please forward them to Alumni Development, or you can even forward them to me. And it's easy to find anybody's email. So, all right. So thank you all for attending. It's a joy to have you here. All right.